Hello again, vinyl community. I'm back with another video. This video are my vinyl finds from the month of August, plus a music find, a music that my daughter hooked me up with and bought for me to go along with my soundtrack. But before I mention it, I just want to say thank you all out there who take time to watch my videos, who hit the like button, subscribe, and throws in a comment. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to go over some of my vinyl finds from the month of August. I don't remember which ones I traded for, and I do remember that a lot of them were used finds from various thrift stores for about a couple of bucks plus tax. But anyway, let's get into it. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, hit the like button, please. Okay. Now, I found two records that I've always wanted. This gentleman, he's local. I'm not sure where he's from, but I've always been a fan of him, and I remember hearing him as a youngster when they would announce some of the clubs that he'd play here in Austin, Texas. So I found two of his records, and I just recently missed him doing a record signing or CD signing of a new CD he has come out with, and I need to get that. And I'm talking about Omar and the Howlers. Very nice guy. I love his vocal. I love his songwriting. This is the back of the album. So I found these in a thrift store. This one and Hard Times in the Land of Plenty, which is another good rock solid album. And I've met him 2 times. I used to work in a record store or CD store part-time when my daughter was still a baby, because I still wanted to buy music. So I said, hey, why not get a part-time job there and you can pay for your music. One day he comes in and I recognize him, but I treat him with respect. I'm not one, I don't know what it is, where I just launch into sign something for me. A lot of times I've met people and I don't ask for his autograph. I just don't. I don't know why. I just don't. I just have the fond, great memory of meeting one of my heroes. And I remember that one time he came in and he ordered a Smiley Lewis CD box set. You might say, who is that? Well, Smiley Lewis had this song that Elvis Presley did a cover version of, and that's the song One Night. And so we started talking about Smiley Lewis, Elvis, a lot of stuff. You know what he told me? He gave me one of the nicest compliments. I don't know how old I was. Maybe in my 30s or something. But he says, how can such a young man like you know so much about music? That's really cool. Put a smile on my face. I told him, thank you. I love music like he loves music. My second time I met him, he was looking through CDs at Half Price Books in a town which is about 35 minutes away from where I live, San Marcos, Texas. And we had another great conversation, and he was looking for certain CDs, and I kind of helped him look for some, like he was looking for Carter Thomas. He likes a lot of the classic stuff, which is really cool. He is a nice person to kick back and talk with. And I took a photo with him, and I don't know if it ever comes up on my Facebook memories, but if it ever does, I'll post it on Instagram. But I got to get his new CD for sure. So those were 2 finds, Omar and the Howlers. Check these out. These are really good records. Blues, rock, rhythm and blues, great stuff. This next record I'm taking a chance on. It looks rough. And I'm hoping when I get a chance to remember to take it with me, I'd like for my record store, my favorite record store, to give it that cleaning on their Humming Guru or whatever it's called, and cleaning it up real good. But I found this. The record is coming from the bottom, but I'm taking a chance on it. I'm going to take care of it, repair it a little bit. But this is Jimmy Smith, Peter and the Wolf. It's on Verve Records. As you can tell, it is coming through, but like I said, I'm going to take a chance on it. It's gatefold. I mean, I have a spin clean, but I don't know if I'm going to do it any justice. It does have little tape done by Ted the Tape Man. He really did a good job taping this up. I'm not being funny, but for real, keep it as much as he could. He probably really enjoyed this record. But let me show you the record. It's stereo. It's rough. It's rough. I'm not gonna lie. So I couldn't leave it behind. I love Jimmy Smith. My next find is another jazz find. And this label, I've seen it because they've done a Chick Corea album that I used to own on, and now I want it back after looking at this. Solid State is a recorded exclusively with transistorized equipment on 28 channels. Yeah. Thad Jones and Mel Lewis and Jazz Orchestra. Couldn't believe I found this. I like this label and what they do. This jazz label. I don't know much about it, but it is really, really cool. So I said, yeah, I'll take it. Another good find. Guitar Artistry by Charlie Byrd. One of my favorite guitar heroes of jazz. This is on the Riverside label. Really nice find. Moving on next. I think this is going to be it for me, unless there's a double album. I would get, but I found the Jackson 5 Greatest Hits. I love this photo, this portrait idea for the cover. I like that when they use a picture in the frame for album covers. I'll show a little bit closely. And it has, their big hits. I Want You Back, ABC, Never Can Say Goodbye, I'll Be There, The Love You Save, Going Back to Indiana. So, yeah, on Motown Records. I like that find. Next, Squeeze. Not Tempted, but the album. I don't know if I'm going to even say that correctly, but this is the album I found of them for about $3 plus tax. I love the song Pulling Muscles from The Shell. Here's the back cover. So yeah, it's on A&M Records, and I'm sure we're all familiar with that label. Next, I got this around the time after hearing about the passing, rest in peace, to Randy Meisner. So I found one of his records. I have one more song. I don't know a lot of his solo stuff. I know there's another record, but I found this one. So I haven't got a chance to listen to it yet. So there are the track. I like this idea of the bars, and then it shows the song title. But yes, Randy Meisner. Next, I found this soundtrack. A couple of soundtracks. In fact, let me just say the soundtracks and have them together. Show them together, not together, but show them one after the other. I found Alan Halsworth, Velvet Darkness, which is on the CTI label. This is a really good record. Really good record. I love this album cover. The hand. But yeah, good little find here. Of course, we're all familiar. I'll pull it out. That real old school looking, there it is, CTI label. It's in really nice shape. Just gotta get the dust off of it. Okay, 2 soundtracks. I got this one for Bob Dylan. I don't think I've ever heard these songs on this album, but it's from a movie I've never heard of. It's not Streets of Fire, it's Hearts of Desire. So let me know if you've even seen this movie before. But it has a Fiona. Really cool photo in the back. The Dylan tracks are the usual. Night After Night, which he performs, it says, and Had a Dream About You, Baby, and then some tracks with done by Fiona, and it says on the bottom here. Hopefully, Miss Beth will watch this video and like the soundtracks I picked up. She really inspired me about a few years ago here to just, get into buying soundtracks. I love soundtracks. I love music to soundtracks. A lot of times I like the score. One of my favorite scores, and I'm still looking for that. Even I'd like to find it on CD. And that's the soundtrack to Rudy, the movie about that famous football player, short guy at Notre Dame. That's a very good score to that movie. Okay, next soundtrack. And I got one more to show. Radio Days. How many people remember this movie? Yep. Radio. I haven't seen this movie in a while, but I do remember enjoying it. It has a lot of classical, well, big band type music. Let's put it that way. Not classical, big band. You have Duke Ellington, Glenn Miller, Tommy Dorsey, Guy Lombardo and his Royal Canadians. So Danny Aiello, Jeff Daniels, Mia Farrow, Seth Green. Haven't seen this in a while, but I found it. It's in great shape. I can spin clean this one pretty good. And then my daughter hooked me up with the movie to it. She found it somewhere for $1. So haven't got a chance to watch it. I look forward to watching this. And my last thing, I think this one right here, I know I traded for. I haven't even opened it yet. And for some weird reason, I can't explain it, I'm still looking for a U.S. pressing of this album. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. This is Black Sabbath's album. Yeah. It has Killing Yourself to Live. Very disturbing dreams, but yeah, this is a good album, and we're all familiar with this, but I gotta say it. I love the song A National Acrobat, Fluff, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Killing Yourself to Live, Spiritual Architect. This is a really good record. Came out in 1974. This is one of these Rhino Warner Brothers records release. I'm sure this is fine, but I'd like to compare it to a U.S. pressing, so I'll keep searching for one. All right, folks. Those are my vinyl finds, and I got a gift from my daughter, the movie, for the month of August. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know, do you like any of this stuff that I've shown? Maybe you got something you want to share? That'd be great. But until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care.